Good morning. Vlogmas Day 10, I think we're on now. I got all a bit confused being out ahead of myself and then out of sync and whatever, but it's the 10th, so we're calling it Vlogmas Day 10. End of. I've just been doing the usual, shooting today's advent, the movement sweater and movement tee going up today. And yeah, just been, it seems to be on repeat this, like, sorting the house out, but today I feel like I've actually I've now sorted the dining room, so I've gained another room now. So, oh my goodness, I have a living room, a bedroom, a dining room, and a kitchen, and a bathroom. But we don't talk about that bathroom. Yeah, so finally, kind of gaining more space, which is very helpful, very nice to have, and it's a nice brightish day in here, as you can maybe tell. This is my swatch board here. That is one of the things I want to do over the next week or so, is to update that, because most of these have now become designs. If they've not, then I've kind of parked the idea. Yeah, most of them have now been developed, and I've obviously have some new yarns to try out. So I think at some point, maybe next week, I would like to sit down with all the new yarns that I bought, or all the yarns that I plan to use, and swatch those and just get them on the board, because I find that actually the act of doing the swatching and seeing the finished fabric kind of solidifies the idea in my head, or gives me a completely different idea. But yeah, that's on the agenda. Next up that I need to do today is edit all the footage and photos from my day at the wallpaper factory last week, so that their content can be ready for the next month. That's the next task. And then my neighbour is coming round for a brew this afternoon, which will be really nice. I've been to hers a couple of times, but she hasn't been here yet. And she used to be friends with the lady that lived here before me, so I was like, oh, you should come round and see what I've done with the place. Hopefully she approves. I'm sure she will. She's really lovely, so I was like, yeah, come round. So I'll probably just sit and knit for a few hours with Trish from down the road. So I'm quite looking forward to that, actually. It can force me to stop doing things if I've got company. Oops, should have turned my notifications off. But yeah, that's what I'm up to now. Oh, I need to edit yesterday's video as well. That should hopefully be a bit more of a fun one than just me in the house on my own. Obviously was amped with the team there on a photo shoot, so yeah, a bit more interesting there. Might take me a bit longer to edit though, so hopefully I don't get a day behind again. And then don't think I have anything else specific planned for today, other than maybe trip to the post office. Fun! Oh, and we've had ironed curtains hanging up over the back of doors and over the banister for a couple of days. Tonight's job, because I'm not attempting that on my own, is to put up the curtain poles, get those hanging, and then the bedroom will be kind of not finished because I still need like bedside tables and other things. Oh, that was a loud crack. Everything creaks and cracks in a bag of bones. Yeah, I need to get the curtains up. Then it'll be as near to finished as it's going to get for the time being, so that I can shoot some photos for the company that very kindly provided the wallpaper. So I'll get some content done for them. And obviously I just need curtains, because at the moment we are using a bed sheet put over the window and attached with pegs. So that's really glamorous, isn't it? But I'm sure you've all been there at some point, or will be at some point in the future. Anytime I mention, or anyone's like, oh, how's the house going? I'm like, oh gosh, yeah, we're getting there. I always get people being like, oh yeah, I remember those days, the mattress on the floor days, the making do with random things, and like, yeah, we all go through that phase. I'm currently right in the phase, but making progress. Is that the delivery tax taken? 3 pieces, that's a bit excessive. You want one? Hello. May as well chat while the camera's on down here. Vlogmas Day, I don't even know now, 11, something like that. The usual, filming, shooting, editing. Today is the Wishful sweater, which this is my newest version that Kiliana knit for me, the Slinky version, finished whilst in Barcelona on camera if you want to watch the vlog from that. So this is my current setup. I'm using my SLR to shoot the actual photos. I've kind of realised that I do still prefer the photos from that, use this little camera for vlogging and like out and about, that sort of thing. But for like proper photos, because I don't have any proper ones of this yet, I need my proper camera. So yeah, just doing that by the fireplace whilst hearing some interesting sound effects coming from the fireplace. There are definitely, I mean we've seen them, there are definitely at least one if not more birds stuck in there. And we have tried, we've had our hands up there, we've had pillowcases, boxes, we've tried to get them out. Obviously we're trying to rescue the birds. Bird, singular, I think there's only one. What we think has happened is that there's a nest at the top, and like the sort of chicken wiry type thing that goes over that, they're supposed to stop the birds from falling down, has broken, because we found that at the bottom there, so cleared that out. So they've obviously fallen in, but then any time that we actually try to like either poke a torch up there or have a look, they go away. So you just hear this like scuttling around, and have actually been able to see them once or twice. Jack saw them, and then when the neighbour was around yesterday, she was having a look and she was like, yeah, there's definitely a blackbird in there. And sometimes we've heard the ones on the roof like calling to it. But I just don't know how to get it out. Like, I've been Googling it and I was like, do I call the RSPB? But Google tells me that they won't do anything. I don't know. But it's just like, it's like some sort of Schrodinger's cat thing that like, when you're not looking at it, you hear it. Obviously it's scuttling around, flapping, whatever it's doing. And then as soon as you try and look in there, be like, right, we'll try and help it, get it out, free it. It goes and hides like behind the little shelf thing. So, because that fireplace isn't that old, but I assume there will have been an old one at some point in there. Obviously we can see some very old bricks. Doesn't seem too sooty. That was my mum's concern. She was like, careful that you might get a giant cloud of soot come at you, but it doesn't actually seem that bad. But yeah, so it's kind of a little bit convoluted in there when I've had a look. And I don't know what to do. I was like, this is definitely a two-man job. I've just tried multiple times myself, being like, right, I've heard it, it's there. It's here and now. Let's try and get the pillowcase and get it. But then it just goes. And obviously I can't see what I'm doing. I'm just poking my hands up into a dark abyss, when obviously it's going to be flapping around and going to go and hide, isn't it? So, yeah, that's the current situation in this house. There's some sort of, whether it's a blackbird, a crow, a rook, I don't know, something like that. It's about yay big, I think, maybe smaller. Just flapping around, and I don't know how to get it out. But my mum and dad are coming around later, so that might, maybe between four of us we can manage, but I don't know how. Because you can't, if you poke a torch up or your phone light or something, it obviously sees that and hears it and goes and hides. So, but if you don't have the light, you can't see what you're doing. So I don't know what to do. Called my dad the other day and I was like, what do you want me to do about it? How do you expect me to help? Like, I don't know. That's just, you just ring your mum and dad and like, oh, what do I do? They had no solutions to offer. But anyway, this is the top. Wishful Sweater version 3. This is knitting Rosarios something or other bamboo, I can't remember the name. But this is a size 1. I'd normally wear a size 2 in my patterns, and it makes for this like really slinky, more evening-y kind of top. Really like it. And the neck kind of sits a bit differently to how it does on the originals. I will try on one of my, I'm going to shoot some photos of one of my other ones now. My original that was in like a variegated white with bits of sort of pastel colours in it. I did end up changing the neck shaping from that, so that's like the OG, but the neck is wider than I would like it to be. I didn't go back and redo the whole thing. It just grew more with blocking than anticipated, so I don't feel like it's a true representation because I did change it and it sits a bit wider than I wanted to. But this sits exactly how I like. Just nice.